ProTempus supports 3 ways to view and change your schedule and bill time when you are out of the office. Each provides advantages and disadvantages. ProTempus helps you find the right fit for your specific remote office needs. The first method, sync with your Google Calendar. The second method, use a remote access software such as LogMeIn or Splashtop. We currently recommend Splashtop over LogMeIn, due to its speed and user-friendly nature. These programs enable desktop connection at your office and remotely perform any function that can be completed at your office computer. The third method, the new Remote Access ProTempus browser interface, which this video discusses in detail. The browser access feature allows you to use any browser on any device to access your client information, view or change your schedule and bill time. When you connect to your office via the browser, your data is still securely located on your office network. At no point is your data moved to a cloud-based system. Our browser interface connects to a private server at your office. This is very different than connecting to a public website. Our private server uses deep web technology to keep your server well hidden. When you connect to your private server, you use a complex URL and a random non-standard port number, which hides your server from potential hackers, in addition to a password to block unauthorized access. To demonstrate the ProTempus browser, you need to connect to your system with a randomly generated URL. Once this is set up, cut and paste the URL into your browser, and add it to your favorites. This feature makes our browser interface highly secure. A hacker would never be able to guess a random URL or port number needed to connect to your system. With current technology, it would take a hacker over 5 years to scan every port on every computer in the world. If by random luck they were to find your random port on your system, they would still have to guess your random URL and then crack your password. Once connected using the complex URL, enter your browser password. You can change your password at any time within your ProTempus desktop. We do not recommend you allow your browser to save this password. If your phone is stolen, you do not want that person accessing your data by clicking on the favorites in your browser. Not saving your password ensures no one can access your data on your smartphone. This start page also has a checkbox to indicate you are using a smartphone. The font size is increased on smartphones to make the pages easier to read. After the password is entered, ProTempus displays today's schedule. Our primary goal in designing this interface was to provide you with the most functionality with the minimum number of keystrokes, clicks and scrolls. We wanted it to be lean and very fast. All the pages are designed to work on a smartphone, tablet, laptop or desktop. In this example you can see that there is billable time for the first 2 entries. This lets you know that those items have already been billed. The third item does not have billable time, indicating it has not been billed. If you were ready to start the Yates meeting, you could click on the description, then click on the Start Timer button. This will start the timer for that item, and display Glenn's phone numbers and address. The contact screen also shows any scheduled activity for today as well as any future activity. There are already 3 follow-up meetings scheduled. Assume we need to schedule a follow-up hearing at the end of June. Change the date at the bottom of the page to the date in question, then click on Daily Schedule. There is nothing scheduled for that date, so we can schedule a new hearing for Glenn. The current hearing is displayed on this page. Any active timers will display at the top of any daily schedule page. This reminds you that there is a timer set on 1 or more items. To schedule the new hearing for Glenn, click on the green button. Let's assume the hearing is at 2 p.m. Enter 2 for the starting time. When entering time, you can omit AM or PM, as long as the time is between 8 a.m. and 7 p.m. Otherwise you will need to include the AM or PM. If the hearing started at 2:30, enter 2:30. You can enter the stop time as the clock time or just enter the length of the hearing. Next, Enter the description of the event and click on the Save button. ProTempus will redisplay the schedule for the date, confirming the event was saved. Next, we may want to call an opposing attorney to let them know about the new hearing. To look up their phone number, scroll to the bottom of the page. Enter the first few characters of their last name, then click on Select Client. This will display all clients starting with DAR. If you are using a smartphone, you can double-tap Clarence's phone number and your smartphone will dial the number. If you had started the timer prior to the phone call, you can bill the phone call with 2 clicks once you hang up. Next, let's assume today's hearing is complete. Turn off the current time by clicking on the blue button to stop the active timer. You can also access the event by clicking on the description link on the schedule grid. The billable time has been calculated. Make any needed changes to the description. This description will be displayed on Glenn's next invoice. Click on the green button to save the new billable event. ProTempus returns you to the current date schedule, showing you that the Yates hearing has been billed. Next, Glenn calls and wants to cancel the meeting on May 27th. We can either change the date on the daily schedule to view the 27th, or you can click on Glenn's name on today's schedule, which will display Glenn's future activity. Click on the description for the meeting on the 27th. To delete the item, change the description to the word delete and click on Save Event. We have not added a delete button to this window for safety. To avoid accidentally deleting an item, ProTempus requires you type delete into the description. If you want to change an item you have marked as billable to unbillable, access the item and change the billable time to 0 and click on the Save button. If you have made a change on the event page and do not want to save the changes, clicking on the Daily Schedule button will cancel the changes and return you to the daily schedule. This brief demonstration shows how you can quickly manage your schedule and bill time when you are out of the office, using the ProTempus browser interface. For more training videos, please visit protempus.com.